Good morning. My name is Paul Valdez, and welcome to the Do Not Be Afraid of Watercolor series. Today we will focus on paper, and this is huge. In my humble opinion, paper is the most important ingredient in watercolor, and a massive reason why most watercolor beginners fail, get frustrated, become aggravated, agitated, and plain old give up. I would encourage you to buy the best watercolor paper you can afford, and please do me a favor and stay away from this cheap watercolor paper that you see at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. Paper comes in many forms. Sheets of 22 by 30 are probably the most prevalent, which can be quartered and halved and then halved again. This is an eighth of a sheet of Arches 140-pound cold press watercolor paper. This is a quarter sheet of Arches 140-pound cold press watercolor paper that has been taped down so that it stays nice and flat on my board. Watercolor paper, such as Arches, generally are gelled. Sized is the right word. Sizing is a gelatin that is on your paper that allows the watercolor to sit on top of your paper before it soaks in. It allows for movement, allows for mixture. It's perfect for washes and wet on wet. Lovely to have, and especially for the beginner. I think Arches has more sizing than anyone else, and so this is a good way to start. Watercolor paper also comes in blocks, and this is a small 5.9, 11.8 watercolor cold press 140-pound paper, and it comes glued down on all four sides. You stick a little knife in there, go around the bend, and it pops right off. Got a clean sheet right underneath it. This is cold press. Underneath it, you'll see this is rough, 16 by 20, 100% cotton, 140-pound paper. A little bit rougher than the other one in texture. Again, this is glued down on all four sides with just a little slot there so you can insert a knife and go around and pop this little sucker off. Super, super convenient, but you will pay for that convenience, I promise you. Just quickly, let's talk a little bit about texture. This is rough. This is cold press, and then there's hot press. Hot press is like if you took an iron and you took off all your wrinkles and it's nice and smooth. Cold press has a little bit more texture. Rough has even more texture. 140 pounds is a lighter paper. It comes from 90 to 560 pounds, so 90 to 560. I generally use 140. If I don't have it in a block, I will tape it down generally. And if not, I'll use 300-pound paper, which is the next prevalent weight. The more weight, the sturdier it'll be, the thicker it'll be, less warping. Weight is pounds per ream, hence the 140 pounds, 300 pounds. You're going to pay a lot more for 300, 400, or 560-pound paper, I promise you. But that's just personal preference, but I wouldn't go there until you are totally dedicated to watercolor. Well, thanks for watching. This is as much as I can give you on our first video about paper, but I promise you there's so much more that we can talk about, and we'll cover that in subsequent videos. Please like and subscribe, and if you know anybody that would enjoy this, please make sure that you share this. Thanks again. Good day.